Hey everybody, Forbidden Exile here, and welcome to a new video. So I just want to make a semi-quick build guide on my Righteous Fire Jugg that I've been playing. That's going pretty well. I'm at level 91 right now, and I'm doing pretty well. I can pretty easily clear not super juicy T16 maps. So yeah, we'll get right into it. Alright, so as usual, we'll go through the gear, the gems, the tree, and then I'll pull up Path of Building so you can see what it looks like in there. So for the Scepter, I've got a Fractured +1 all fire spell skill gems. Val Scepter, 32% increased LE damage. I could get one that has 40, like an Opal Scepter or something like that, but this one seems to be working fine. I use the Fear Essences to get minions deal increased damage because there's a note on the tree where minion damage also affects you. And I use those until I got pretty decent rolls actually. Tier 2 fire damage, tier 1 burning damage, and then crafted on fire.multi. As far as the Crucible tree goes, some flat fire damage, gain a frenzy charge on kill, spell damage leeches energy shield, which makes no difference because I don't have any energy shield because of Righteous Fire. And then I got lucky and got phasing for 4 seconds on kill, which definitely helps with mapping. For the helmet, fractured life regen per second, and then I just, hit it with essences and chaos orbs until I got some decent res, and then I switched to period of elements again. I switched back to it, so I don't really need the res on there right now. So I will definitely eventually recraft that. But for the implicits on there, Fizz taken as fire damage helps with a lot of physical mitigation, and then unique enemy in your presence increase flammability curse effect. For the shield, I bought this the other day for like 40 chaos, but another +1 all fire spell skill gems with T1, I believe, T2 life regen on there, and then 46% increased spell damage with the implicit plus the mod on there. The spell damage actually helps fire trap, not Righteous Fire. And then for the tree on this one, I literally just put it in the Crucible tree earlier, or Crucible earlier, and more chance to block spell damage, increased armor evasion, energy shield, but the rest of it's pretty useless for this build. For the ring, just dexterity and chaos res. And then the body armor, nothing real special here. Determination, increased aura effect, and increased effect non-cursed auras on the implicits. And then just some life and res, and then fizz damage from hits taken as fire and lightning. Just more physical damage mitigation. For the other ring, just flammability on hit ring with some life and mana and some more res. And then the amulet, another level of all fire spells, fire skill gems. With some more res on there, some strength, anointed with charisma because of mana, and then crafted area of effect and area damage. For the gloves here, nothing special, just some fire res, some chaos res, crafted life, and then the fractured increased life regeneration rate, which helps a lot with life regeneration. And then inflict fire exposure on hit, and then the unique enemy 19% fire dot multi. The belt, just a regular immortal flesh. It is what it is. I got corrupted with 8% increased area of effect, and I did get the max roll on the negative all elemental resistances because it does go up to -25. And then just regular Legacy of Furies. For the flask, so a ruby flask is pretty mandatory to help you with Righteous Fire because basically you have more fire resistance, and the note on the tree you get more life regen per fire resistance, then you take less fire damage. So they work together to give you more damage and also just regenerate your life. Then just gain a charge when you're hit, and then reduce effective curses. Just a regular life flask. Quicksilver flask with some additional LE res on there. Basalt flask with double armor and increased effect. And then a granite flask with just increased movement speed. I guess I got the reduced effect on there, but I got tired of rolling flask, so. Alright, so as far as the gems go, so we got Frost Blink, just level 1 just for some movement. You do want to keep it at level 1 because otherwise you will die to LE Reflect maps. Tempest Shield for more chance to block spell damage. And then Leap Slam is another movement skill. Up here I've got increased duration linked to Immortal Call, Infernal Cry, and then Life Tap. I pretty much don't have any mana, but I don't use mana at all. Over here, Vitality linked to Arrogance, so you can run Vitality over here. And then I'm just leveling up another Life Tap. As far as Righteous Fire itself, so I've got it linked to Swift Affliction, Elemental Focus, Life Tap, increased AoE, and burning damage. For the auras, Determination with a level 2 Enlighten, Malevolence, and Period of Elements. Over here, we got Fire Trap, so level 2120 Fire Trap linked to Life Tap, combustion support, and trap and mine damage. I haven't got any of my life taps 2020 yet. Just trying to save currency, don't really feel like buying them. So as far as the tree goes, we'll start with the ascendancies. So we've got Unbreakable, Untiring, Unflinching, and Unyielding. So as far as the tree itself goes, we'll just kind of go over some of the masteries, some of the big ones. So just Protection Mastery, you take Corrupted Blood, cannot be inflicted on you. Take all your +2 max Ele res on there. +1 max Ele res if you have Reserve Life and Mana, which we do. And up here, you know, take all the elemental res ones that you need. I could actually unspec these now, but +1 all max Ele res if you're equipped helmet, body armor, gloves, and boots all have armor, which they do. You gotta make sure that they do all have that one, or else that's a wasted point. Exposure you inflict applies at least -18%, so when we inflict fire exposure, it's always -18 at least. And then this one right here, regenerate 1 life per second for each uncapped fire res, right? So our res is pretty ridiculous right now, but basically without even this flask on, we get an extra 172% fire life regeneration per second. When that flask is active, we get 222. With your fire exposure, you get an extra 5% on that one, and then just the mana reservation efficiency node right here. I have to take this one right here because I'm pretty dexterity starved. I need 111 and I'm at 120 with that, just because of Swift Affliction. So the other main important thing would be taking Spiritual Aid, which is how the Scepter Craft works. So increases and reductions in minion damage also affect you. So that's how you can get that extra 90-something% increased damage from your Scepter. All right, so we'll just quickly run through the path of building here. So Righteous Fire is doing 353. This is with flasks up and everything. Yep, nothing on here that should really affect that effective hit pool. 47,000, you know, that's it's going to be with, I don't know where it is, Immortal Call up 47, 38. But you have it on left click, so it's always going to be up. 3,800 life regen right here with Righteous Fire active is 2,100. So your life regen's perfectly fine. If you go to Fire Trap right here, doing 716 right now. Pretty budget friendly build as always, and you know, I would say the sky's the limit. 2-3 million DPS on Fire Trap is definitely reasonable and reachable on not an insane budget. So yeah, we'll run a quick volcano map here. We got Beyond on there, which is always nice. There's some essences on there, nothing crazy. There's not really much you have to do, even in if you do get a Delirium Mirror, especially on a map like this. You know, you just kind of walk around. Stuff pretty much just dies all around you. You don't really ever have to throw a fire trap unless you get some crazy mob. Yeah, otherwise it's not really necessary to even throw it. Righteous Fire doesn't do an insane amount of damage. I think it's at like 300 something thousand per second, but that's 300,000 every single second that they're standing in this ring, so it's pretty consistent uptime on damage. As up as it could be, really. You know, your Fire Trap inflicts flammability. Righteous Fire doesn't hit, so it won't, but once a Fire Trap actually hits them, then they will get inflicted with flammability. For essences, throw a couple traps. Hit Immortal Call or Infernal Cry. Just run around. And stuff dies. Sometimes if I get a Beyond mob, the explosions will actually still kill the Beyond mob, which is pretty cool too. A pretty big Harbinger right here. That's not a King Harbinger, I don't think. No, I don't think so. But yeah, just the clear on it's super nice. It's definitely a one-button build, so you know it's good for, you know, if you have something wrong with your hand, or you know you can't use, you know, multiple button builds, then this is definitely the build for anybody that has something like that. Let's see here. I don't have any breach nodes spec'd on the Atlas tree, but let's go over here and pop this real quick too. Now you can see, I mean, the survivability on it's pretty nice. Not a lot can really kill you. The minute you will get one shot, it's pathofexile. It happens. There's nothing you can do about that. As far as just regular mapping goes, it's super smooth. I think I went the wrong way. It's really good for like small kind of condensed maps too, like Cemetery, which is what everybody's running right now for Brother's Gift, Brother's Stash. I ran out of them. I've been trying to farm up some more. Definitely great for essence farming though. Whether you're going to try and farm essences or anything for currency, or you just want to farm essences for crafting, which is mainly what I do. Let's see. I mean, let's see that here. I think it's the first time I've actually got a Beyond mod or Beyond boss. So yeah, the single target on it's not super great, but I could go for less survivability and more damage if I wanted to. I just prefer not to die as much, and then if I have to take, you know, an extra minute or so to kill something like this, it doesn't bother me. But, you know, it's up to you. There's always different ways to build. Really, any build. It's just kind of my take on it, being block capped, immune to all elemental ailments. Just makes life a lot easier. Nice. And a lot more pleasant. The good thing about life tap, everything runs off of life tap, is that you have so much life regen that even these guys right here with their little mana killer mods, orbs, whatever they're called. That's a lot of 6 sockets I got there. We'll get those later. You don't have to worry about them at all, because you're not using mana, and your life regen's so fast that it does not affect you whatsoever. If you didn't watch my Frostblink build guide, or you haven't seen like Subtractum's Frostblink Fire Trap build, Frostblink's a pretty super cool skill, in my opinion, as far as movement skills go. Just the cooldown kind of sucks if you Frostblink into nothing. If you Frostblink when there's a unique enemy by, then it refreshes really quick. Otherwise, if you don't Frostblink into a like a mob, then the cooldown's pretty slow. That's why you use Leap Slam or Shield Charge, whichever you'd prefer. All right, well that's it. Super fun build. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any suggestions on how I could make it better. The one thing I guess I did kind of forget is how you get spell and block, attack and spell block capped. So you want to take Glancing Blows, and then you take these 3 nodes right here. And then you do need to take these 3 nodes right here, which technically is just these 2. But you got to take this one to get to it. And with that, plus a shield that has 37% chance to block, that will get you at 75% with Tempest Shield, because you get an extra 25% on that one as well. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like. And if you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out, please consider subscribing, because it really does help me out. And please click that notification bell so you get notified when I post my next video.